What's going on, guys? It's Never Fail, and I'm super excited to be bringing you some more Black Ops 2 tips and oh shit, that ain't my intro. Hold on. Oh boy, what's going on, man? It's Never Fail, and I'm back on Black Ops 2, playing on the Xbox in this particular game. Got a little hijack gameplay going on using the MTAR, and I believe I got quick draw and fast mags on it. Haven't unlocked my beloved stock yet. Anyway, topic of conversation for today is knowing your target audience. My target audience, it's essentially people who look at this game for what it is and try to really break down shit within the game. It's not just people that want to see gameplay. I know that, because if all y'all want to see was gameplay, y'all damn sure wouldn't be subbed to me. So knowing my target audience, and that's key for me, because I know I'm never going to make it on YouTube off of gameplay, because I'm just not good enough to do that. And I can understand that. It's cool. It's what I do. I play this game, have some good games every so often, so I like to talk about shit within the game because I do love the game. Now, if you were to take one of my videos and say put it on White Boy 7 Street's channel, it's not going to get nearly the love that I get from you guys who actually watch my videos. Coincidentally, I also feel that if you were to put one of his videos on my channel, you guys would probably like, what the fuck is this shit, Never Fail? So it works both ways, and I mean, I'm not down on anybody. The key to becoming successful on YouTube is knowing the type of audience you want to target and putting out better content than other people that are targeting those same type of viewers, or at least putting out equal content. So that's what I try to do. I try to know the people I want to target, try to know the demographic, and I try to do commentaries that pique their interests as well as mine, so that we can have a good, nice back and forth discussion. And that's essentially the extent of what I do on YouTube. Now, you got some people that like to do tips and tricks videos, and I'm sorry, man, but those things are corny. Most of those tips and tricks are straight trash. If you want real good tips and tricks, watch people who are playing League play, watch people's listen-ins, and see how they maneuver around the map, how they communicate. Those are really good tips and tricks. Person I watch for that is 4Play. Used to be with, I believe it's Team Envious. Now he's with, like, I think it's Team Icon, but I like to watch their listen-ins, Optic, people like that. You know, watching their listen-ins, that's legitimate tips and tricks for this game of how to maneuver around the map and all that good shit, and learning power spots. Frito's pretty good with his shoutcasting. So I don't really do tips and tricks, because chances are most of y'all are probably better players than me. But knowing your target audience is very important, because it allows me to stay on track with a certain trend of commentaries, as opposed to being all over the fucking place, which is where I was when I first started. And this kind of is more to the evolution of my YouTube commentating career. But I wasn't really sure who I wanted to target. You know, I was just doing this shit for fun. I didn't really have anybody viewing my videos but me and friends. So I didn't know what direction to go, you know, who I wanted to target. And the more and more I got to watching certain people's videos, you know, the more and more I realized it just wasn't for me. And it started to become clear, and these ain't the type of videos I want to do. So I was able to mark that off the list. And I started going down, and I realized the type of videos that attracted me to watching them, you know, the ones that made me want to actually watch all of their videos and not just here or there. And that's what I went with, because I was like, well, that's the same type of people I want to have watching my videos, because for the most part in the comment sections you get pretty good dialogue back and forth. And that's just where I stand with it. I mean, if I didn't know who I wanted to target, all my commentaries would be all over the place, and my content wouldn't be as good, and I wouldn't be evolving to continuously doing better with my content. And that's always something that everybody should strive to do, is to continuously get better at what you do. I mean, that's one of that, where I work at, that's one of our slogans, continuous improvement. Now, I will do a funny story on a future video about how I ended up working where I work, in regards to getting the job I got within the company that got me hired on permanently from a temporary position to full-time, because it was a pretty funny story. So I'll touch on that in a later video. But like I said, it's all about what type of, audience you're trying to attract to watch your videos. And I necessarily don't really believe I want a bunch of children watching my videos. First and foremost, because I do use a lot of profane language. I know they're going to hear it at school and stuff. I know that's going to happen, but I don't want them to start cussing at their parents because of stuff they hear me say. Now, with that said, I wouldn't feel bad if they did that, because it's not my responsibility as, to stop a child from using profane language. That's on to the parents. It's their job to raise them. I have my own little girl that I got to raise, and sometimes she tries to repeat words she hears me say, and, I have to handle that. But that's the main reason I really don't want to target a younger audience. I want to target an older, probably anywhere between 14, 15 years old through whatever age at that point. Just because they tend to be able to understand what I'm saying better, in my opinion. Whereas a child, a younger, less mature person, and there's old people that are like this too, like Frito said in his video, but they won't understand where I'm coming from in my video, so my video won't attract to them, and it'll be like, what the fuck is this dude talking about? He's an idiot. Click, dislike, I'm out. So I get it, and that's why I try to stay away from things that would attract people of that caliber, because I'm only interested really in doing YouTube as a hobby, to have a nice back and forth dialect in regards to my thoughts and beliefs and shit I'd like to see in the game. So that's about it. In regards to all that, there's a little bit more video to talk about, so I'll go ahead and cover the whole story of how I wound up getting hired. So anyway, I'm going through a temp service, leaving a job that I was miserable at because I no longer got along with the managers. And I was going to work with a temp service to work with BMW Manufacturing. It was only a small pay raise. And at that time, they wasn't really hiring on to BMW through this temp service. But anyway, we're sitting in an office, about 25 people sitting in an office for the temp agency. They calling off jobs. They call off one, starts tomorrow. You work A shift, which is day shift, 2 weeks. Then you go to B shift, which is night shift. I was the only person in the room that raised my hand. So I get there, and I wound up getting put in logistics, man, which if anybody doesn't know, logistics is basically parts handling, parts monitoring, make sure that we have parts to build cars with. And I'm sitting there thinking to myself, man, I ain't going to be able to stand out here. How the hell am I going to get hired on if I can't stand out because of what I'm doing? Well, lo and behold, a year later, I actually wound up getting hired on full-time. I'm one of only 4 people I know that have actually been hired on through logistics without ever working in the assembly line, so I don't have to kill myself. One of the other ones, coincidentally, is Murky Man, who is one of my friends at work and a subscriber and a person I play with a lot on this game. If you ever see him comment in the comment sections, ask him about the time he slit his wrist at work with a razor blade. But that's pretty much how I got hired on, which was pretty cool, because now they pay me a nice salary to do something that I actually enjoy, because it involves a lot of computer work. I get to do a little bit of physical work. I get to move around, so I'm not stuck at my desk. So yeah, if I was stuck at my desk, that would drive me insane. Anyway, sorry I rambled on. I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching.